what many of you are doing and have been taught, which there is no issue in being taught that, but what many of you are doing when you're doing bandit sign marketing is you are putting signs on local telephone poles, freeway off ramp and on ramps, and you all are facing the frustration of getting those things taken down eventually. If I think most, if not all, investors face that. Where you put up a bandit sign one day, then the next day it's gone, or it's covered up by another investor, or it's ripped down by the city. That happens almost everywhere. The competition, the whatever it is you want to call it. I mean, bandit signs are not forever. And so the objective is from what I've been told or even taught, was you put out 50 to 100 signs, a week. And what'll happen eventually is your message will get received. And there's a lot of investors that teach bandit sign marketing. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just something that I don't touch. You know what I mean? I faced, having grown up in Southern California, I just faced a lot of issues in dealing with bandit signs. There was a lot of issues with the city and code enforcement and competition. And I'd put the signs up. One night, I probably put up 70, 80 signs, only to find out that most of them had by the next day, most of them had been ripped back down or covered up. And it's frustrating. And so this is a tip for many of you, and maybe even the young lady that's in the group that had acquired a piece of property, that a piece of land that she's just not happy with right now. So let me give you a little tip. In most, if not all, cities throughout the U.S., they have land lots that are for sale, right? But you have to understand something. A lot of these pieces of land, a lot of these parcels of land are worthless. What do I mean by that? You can flip them for a profit, but the person that's buying the land lot can't do anything with it, right? They can't build on it. In other words, before you buy a piece of land, before you put anything on that parcel, you got to talk to the city of what you can do with that parcel. Some parcels are zoned for residential. Some are zoned for commercial. Some are, some are just sitting there. I call them, it's almost like dead weight. They're dead lots. However, the city goes ahead and they sell these dead lots. They sell these lots that are virtually worthless. And so many of you ask, why would I want to go ahead and go after a lot that is worthless? So let me give you something. Give you a strategy where you can turn a worthless land lot, into some potential money. Many of you know nowadays that, my hot button nowadays is vacant lots. I'm working on, some of you saw the ad, I'm working on like a 800 acre deal. Yeah, in Wyoming. Whew. But what I want to let you all know is this. Within a lot of these cities, what you have is you have these dead lots. Now, a lot of these lots that are just sitting there, some of them are oddly shaped. Some of them, a lot of them are just worthless. And you begin to wonder why the city goes ahead and sells these lots. Well, it's not that you can profit off of them. And what are associated with lots? What are associated with land parcels and residential parcels and commercial parcels all throughout the United States? Property taxes. So if that city can so go ahead and sell that lot, which you can't do anything with, but can turn around and make some property tax return on it, great for them, right? So this is what you do. You go down to your city, or even when you're driving for dollars and you all come across land that is oddly shaped or land you can't do anything with, I want you to try to get the address of that land or the parcel number or whatever. I want you to contact the city, and when you find out that weirdly or oddly shaped land can't do anything with, I want you to talk to the city about what you plan on doing in some of these areas, especially if it's an oddly shaped piece of land near a corner lot that has a ton of traffic, right? Now, it's very important that you go ahead and you follow this because you don't want to get stuck with a piece of land parcel that's not going to produce for you. And so what some of you could potentially do with these land parcels is utilize something called billboard marketing, either for yourselves or for other people, right? Now, it may be a weirdly shaped parcel in a high traffic area that you can't build on, but what if you can go ahead and put a billboard sign on it or a sign that says "We buy houses" in a high traffic area? Many of you that are doing Bandit Sign Marketing, even before you do this, you talk to the city about it. They got a lot of these dead lots just laying around all throughout the United States. Pretty much, I would say, in every city and town throughout the United States. Go ahead and talk to the city and ask them about lots that have been sitting there for years that people haven't bought up. Turn around, investigate these lots. See if these lots are in high traffic areas. Go check the corners. Go hang out on the corners to see if a lot of people are driving around those areas. Why do I say that? Because eyeballs will see your "We Buy Houses" signs. Eyeballs will begin to see your billboard marketing signs, whether it be for you or you turn around and lease them out to different companies. Billboard marketing is huge, guys. And a lot of these dead lots that you can't do anything with, that aren't zoned for residential or commercial or whatever, as you talk to the city, let them know what you plan on doing, right? Let them know that you plan on doing real estate marketing within these different areas. I don't know what town you're in, right? I don't know where you're at throughout the United States. But I know that some cities are more strict than others. And you all have some land parcels that you pass by every day that got a ridiculous amount of traffic that will draw you in leads like nobody's business. Go talk to your city about these dead lots. But you have to know, you have to see a map. Can you hear me? You said you can't hear me? Somebody said they can't hear me. Can you hear me? Okay. You have to talk to this city. You all go ahead and let me know, many of you that are listening in, let me know if you can hear me or not. I have the volume up. Quentin said he couldn't hear me. Go ahead and talk to the city about these dead lots. Okay? These lots that just seem to be sitting there in these high traffic areas. Nobody wants to buy them. Nobody wants them. So go to the city and negotiate price, but then you got to talk the city's language. You let them know that you'll be able to pay the property tax because that's what they want. Let them know you'll be able to pay the property taxes every year. Make sure those property taxes are cheap. If you can get one of these little dead lots that's, let's say the lot is, I don't know, 50 by 50, 50 feet by 50 feet, and you're able to put a sign on that lot, and that sign is in a real high traffic area near a busy intersection, but that lot is a dead lot. Let them know that you'll be able to go ahead and pay the property taxes. You have to ask them what the property taxes are on an annual basis. But if you guys got to pay, let's say you got to pay $200 a year for some property taxes where you're getting 20, 30, 40,000 cars that are passing by that intersection or that area on a weekly basis. That's a great return on investment, guys. You can't put a price tag on that. Okay, thank you, Charles. I appreciate that. You can hear me. You all go ahead and check in your cities and towns about these dead lots. Some of you are driving by these areas all the time. And many of you that are investors are wondering how you get leads. Now, if you could come up with $150, $200 in some of these areas, sorry about this, guys, ambulance. I'm in a fire truck getting ready to pass by. Wait a minute. If you guys could go ahead and talk to your local cities and counties about many of these lots that are just sitting there and they're dead, not doing anything with them, and you all can make crazy amounts of money based upon the people that are going to contact you, especially if they're in areas that are hot areas, right? See, the city just wants property taxes that are being paid on an annual basis, or every 6 months, or however the city goes ahead and breaks that down. But you're looking at it from a business perspective as a real estate investor. Even if you're not an investor, What if you can go ahead and get yourself a 50 by 50 lot or even a 30 by 30 lot? Go ahead and put a billboard up there. Done. Game over. And I guarantee you, I would say throughout a lot of these cities throughout the United States, this is gold, man. You know, these cities can't do anything with these lots. And these lots have been sitting there for years. So what you need to do is go ahead, go down to the city. Some of you are going to drive by these lots. Oftentimes what you want to do is go ahead and go down to the city and ask them, do they have lots on their books that are available? And they'll tell you, yeah, because the city has a right to go ahead. See, every city has a master plan. They have a master plan of how they mapped out the city. Within these master plans, there's a lot of leftover land parcels that they can't do anything with. And they won't rezone those land parcels for you to build something on. So as opposed to going ahead and thinking of building something on it, you all go ahead and turn those dead land lots into marketing and advertising. Beautiful. Like I said, you have to talk their language though. Let them know that you'll take care of the property taxes annually. Make sure those property taxes are not crazy expensive. Make sure of that. If you all apply this and you all are asking, where can I find sellers? You don't have to find sellers. Sellers will come to you. If you have something like this that's attached to an Investor Carrot website, like many of you have, game over. Game over. Because a lot of people, this is one thing I figured out. There's a lot of people looking to sell their houses that are waiting for you to contact them. You just don't know how to, contact them. You don't know who they are as of yet. And as most of us know, local marketing, like when somebody's going to the store, they're going to the bank or church or whatever it is, a lot of this local marketing, that's one of the reasons Bandit Signs is so hot. The problem with Bandit Signs in a lot of areas is this. It's a violation. In a lot of these areas, I found that out the hard way in California. So a lot of the Bandit Signs that you can't, they tear them down like the next day or 2 days later or whatever it is, and it's a lot of money. So as opposed to paying all that money for Bandit Signs, what if you got 1 or 2 signs in a high traffic area where you got 5, 10, 20, 30,000 people, looking at that sign on a daily basis, or even some of the areas on a weekly basis, a monthly basis. What if you got 10 calls, 15 calls a month, 20 calls a month of people that wanted to go ahead and sell their houses? I mean, super motivated sellers that you can't even, people that just like you, they don't even have to go online. They could go ahead and check you out, right? Locally. And then what you do is you got We Buy Houses or We Save Houses sign, and then your domain name at the bottom or a phone number at the bottom. Dead lots. Making money, local marketing off of dead lots, whether it be a bandit sign or a billboard, is huge. And your cost, oftentimes, your biggest cost is going to be the annual taxes. Make sure those taxes are low, because they can't do anything with the lots. Nothing. They have no value. Well, most people see that they have no value because you can't do anything with them. But make sure you make sure that if you're going to go ahead and buy these land lots, that you're into them long term. In other words, you're a real estate investor. You're in that city for the long run. So local marketing with these dead lots is a beautiful way to attract motivated seller leads with these bandit signs. It's beautiful because nobody's targeting them. But you have to talk to the city. Talk to the city first. Let them know that you're interested in what lots do they have available. And then you have to go ahead and go check out the locations of these lots. Make sure they're in high traffic areas. You get that, you're going to win. Trust me. That's why Bandit Signs is so hot. It's local marketing. But this is local marketing where nobody's going to tear your sign down, because you don't have to do a bandit sign situation. You can go ahead and go and get some cement sticks, stick them in the ground, and get a sign that is 20 by 20 and stick it there. But before you do that, make sure you let the city know what you're going to do so that, no harm comes to your advertising. If you can get that a permanent sign in your local city, game over. You'd have the only permanent sign, a "We Buy Houses" or "We Save Houses" sign in your city throughout the United States, guys. So that's my tip for today, guys. It's Sunday. I got my wife and my baby girl playing in the background, and Daddy's gonna go ahead and go play too. So you all have a safe day. Enjoy your Sunday, and I hope you enjoyed this tip. Take care.